great. There is no other option.
And your NCAA champion, Rob Cruz.
We're going back to Omaha!
Play a high level of basketball and a game that's fun to watch.
We are a team, capital letters, team.
He's now called national champion, which is really neat.
Now we're making it happen out there. Let's finish this thing on the field.
Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by Geico, the Virginia Athletics Foundation, the Virginia Lottery, and by UVA Health System.
On this edition of Cavalier Sports Weekly,
I've been through something tough, so, it's my job to help push them over that.
Here's the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. Another curveball from Klein gets the K.
Welcome to Cavalier Sports Weekly. I'm Chris Bocklet from the men's lacrosse team. Our women's basketball team concluded their season in the WNIT. Let's take a look at their journey.
We welcome you to the Convocation Center here in Harrisonburg, Virginia, in what will be a live environment tonight.
Tara Franklin. Franklin gives to Shine. Little bounce pass, backdoor feed to Gerson. Swoops in and lays it off the window. Here's Burkholder's three, right wing, short. Rebound to Whitehurst in the lane, and she follows. Back it out to the right wing. Bounce pass to Egwu, right baseline. Egwu, one dribble, left-hand hook. Yes! And it drops off the back of the rim. The high screen from Shine. Moore attacks right baseline, got past Whitehurst. Double clutch off the window and good. They give it to Gerson on the right wing. Now to Franklin for a right corner jumper. In and out, no good. Rebound McCall. McCall follows off the window. At the free throw line to Gidgets, driving hard with the right hand. Threw it up wildly. No good, but Gill got the rebound, missed the layup. Rebound Gidgets against Egwu, lays it off the window. Gerson with the jab step against Burkholder. Goes right baseline. Pull up 10-foot jumper in the well. Newman, top of the key, back to Burkholder. Open three, right wing, good. Man-to-man for James Madison. Back to Moore. Straight on three with 9 to shoot. Boom. From the top of the arc. Newman, top of the key. Now left wing to Hislop. Pull up 17-footer, fouled, and she drilled it. Moore, top of the key against the 2-3 zone. Moore at the free throw line. Kicks to Wolf. A three. Left wing. Yes. Drills it straight on. Right wing to Moore. Shot fake and drive. Moore, step back jumper. Money in the bank.
We go as Ari goes. She's got to play with the ball in her hands a lot for us, so she plays a lot of minutes, and we've gotten this far because of her and her teammates.
Off two screens now to the top of the key. Moore splits the two defenders, got down the lane, up and off the window with the right hand. What a move from Ariana Moore. Top of the key to Moore. One dribble pull up free throw line, yes. Moore, Ari picks up where she left off. 14 in the game now for the senior. Newman, bounce pass to Gidgets, driving on the right baseline. Missed it off the glass, rebound Whitehurst, layup is good.
They played great all game. I thought they had a great game plan. I thought they came out very aggressive. I think the difference in the game was just some of the toughness plays and the rebounding down the stretch, and
Newman, back to Burkholder, right baseline, good. Gerson will pull it out, now going right baseline. Gerson, reverse layup off the window and good. Oh, they needed that one, and we're tied at 37. Gerson puts her head down with the right hand, looking back door for Moore on the baseline. Moore powers up and lays it in. Looking ahead to Franklin in transition. Franklin gonna cross over and go right, left baseline. Powers through and lays it in on Gill. 45-39, Virginia by 6. Looking in for Whitehurst, driving hard with the right hand. Layup is good. Shuffling for Newman, now to Francisco. The right-hand runner and the foul. Right baseline, it'll be a Tara Franklin inbound. Got it to McCall, wide open, and layup and the foul off the inbounds. Back out to Franklin, shot fake. Franklin driving left hand, fadeaway 10-footer, yes! Burkholder for three, left corner, good! 56-55.
The big threes changed it. You know, she hit some big threes, and we were getting over-rotated. We decided not to trap, so it gave her a little bit better look at the three. And, you know, great players knock down shots, and she did.
Moore going right wing to Gerson for a deep three, missed it.
You know, we're not satisfied with just where we ended up here. And the goal is, what can we do next year? There's more to be done, and a lot of that will be taken care of in the offseason.
This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Hey, welcome back to the show. Last week we hosted Hopkins for the Doyle Smith Cup. Here's the game story.
Here we go. We are underway between number 1 Virginia and number 2 Johns Hopkins. He's splitting down the left pipe. Slide comes early on him. Feeds out to Briggs. Locks it. Loads! Buries it. Upper right corner. Cavs strike first. Face-off man stepping up and winning over 60% of the season, and a violation on Benacasa. Poppleton's got it top of the square. Flying in. Fires left-handed and answers.
This game was it's two great teams playing and 2 great coaches. And we got a pair of brothers, too, playing against each other. So it was pretty cool. I mean, the whole atmosphere, the fans.
The turf to keep his balance now down the left pipe. Spinning, feeds on top. Great look for Bocklet, who plants it bottom right corner. White striding towards the right pipe. Feeds the crease, shot, score! White to Bocklet. Virginia leads 4-1. That's great lacrosse. Stanwyck up the right iron. This is Wells. Stanwyck dipping inside, an acrobatic shot. And was he in the crease? No. Somebody's got to be open. Goalie's out. Stanwyck fires a low angle shot and scores. Threads the needle. That's why he's the nation's best player. 15 yards away from the hardware. Feeds it to Guida. Now a touch on top, shot, score. But Tucker's got it. He had a hat trick last week against Ohio State. The freshman down the right pipe, fires with the right hand, and he scores! Ryan Tucker, the teenager, gives Virginia a 2-goal lead. A 4-on-3, Guida to the rack, feeds it left pipe. Ben, a dip and dunk, and a score! Ben with his 3rd goal. Van Arsdale trying to feed Conkerton and went through his stick. Hopkins has got the ground ball and a 4-on-3 for the Blue Jays. In top of the box, shot, score! It's Jack Riley, the long stick, with his 1st goal this season, and we're tied at 6. Back to Stanwyck, rotated right side. Guida loads up the right hand and buries it.
I never thought we were frustrated, and I never was down on anybody. At the end of the 3rd quarter, I told the offensive guys to, look me in the eye. I said, take a deep breath, let's just go, and I fully expected us to kind of step up in the 4th quarter.
Stanwyck, top of the square, 50 seconds left on the EMO. They give it right side, Guida, shot, score!
Virginia didn't get the rotation on the man down. Guido had a chance to walk in uncontested.
To Van Arsdale, inching towards the goal. They sling it left side for Emery! And he cans it from 15 yards away! Stanwyck up the right iron, pushed aside by Durkin. Stanwyck now evens himself out with the cage, feeds the crease behind the net, shot, score! Oh my goodness, what a goal! Tie game, Matt White! Whoa! Game tied at 8. Palmer up the right pipe. Oh my goodness! He shot a one-handed blazer to the upper right corner. He'll start his dodge against Durkin. Stanwyck gets hit in the head, no call. Stanwyck on top of the cage, fires low and ties the game! Wrapped around the rack to Stanwyck. They feed it left side to Tucker. He fires! Got it! Ryan Tucker, the cold-blooded freshman, gives Virginia a 10-9 lead. It's inside, fires right-handed and scores! Lee Coppersmith ties the game. Stanwyck gets double teamed, turns away from the rack. Stanwyck still serving, feeds the crease, and it almost got into the stick of Matt White. It goes out of bounds, and they're going to say it's last touched by Virginia's Matt White. Guida against LaPierre behind the cage. Guida up the left pipe, feeding out front. Greeley touches it on top to Rannigan. Rannigan gets inside, fires and scores! Hopkins has ended Virginia's undefeated season. John Rannigan, the All-American, crushes the fans at Klockner.
Women's lacrosse player Ainsley Baker, aka The Baker, has battled through brain surgery and 2 torn ACLs. We caught up with this senior. Check it out.
Owen feeding it out to Baker. Why not? Her 5th goal and Virginia leads. Baker steps forward and delivers. Ainsley Baker puts it in the back of the net.
She goes about everything she does with all that she's got, and she's one of a kind.
I had a family friend who played at Syracuse, actually, lacrosse, and she had come home one summer to like do camps, and she was like, oh, like I really think you would enjoy playing, and I was like, no, like absolutely not. I played softball for about 8 or 9 years. Was pretty good at it. I loved it. My dad played in both of my uncles. All my uncles played, so it was kind of exciting, I guess, that someone else picked up a stick. I had really bad headaches when I was growing up, kind of. Ran in my family, and it can be genetic, obviously. I had one really bad experience, and it was just something wasn't right, so I kind of got tons of tests done over a course of about 4 or 5 months. Finally found out that I had a small lesion, is what they called it, on my occipital lobe, which is down by your visual cord, kind of back here. But I got it taken out in the end of August, right before my senior year of high school. I was in and out of the hospital in like a day and a half. It was fine. I played in a lacrosse tournament at the end of October.
She came on her official visit, and the back of her head was shaved. So she still had a ponytail that kind of covered the back a little bit, but when it came time to tell us, she just kind of showed us her little bit of hair growing back over this pretty good sized scar. I had one that was right on the top of my head, so I've been wearing pre-op forever, and my mom used to call me Spike, because by the time it was growing back, I had a straight spike right through here. And we said, Ainsley, what's up? She's like, well, it turns out I had a brain tumor, but I'm fine. And I really want to play lacrosse at Virginia, and we were just excited to have her. We couldn't believe she had gone through that. I think that's just the relationship that you kind of build with them during your recruiting process. I knew that it was the place for me to be when they were behind me 100%. It was in fall scrimmage up in Baltimore. I just went down, and it was something never had felt before, ever. I didn't think it was torn, Blair didn't think it was torn, the doctor didn't think it was torn, and then I had an MRI, had to come in, tore ACL, MCL, and meniscus, so that was that.
Unfortunately, once you tear one ACL, your chances of tearing the other are increased, so there's always that concern as an athletic trainer that if your athlete's torn one, they may end up tearing the other one. When she went down, you know, Julie and I go out to her. Julie's like, you know, it's okay, you don't know anything, and Ainsley looked up at Julie and was like, I know. I knew that I didn't even need an MRI. I just knew as soon as I went down. I was more mad than, I mean, in pain, yes, but mad. It's heartbreaking. Like, you want her to be successful, and she's gone through so much. You want something good to happen for her. That one was a lot harder because our team was doing well, and I was doing well personally. That one was a hard one to swallow. She was just like, I'm ready, 6 more months, let's get this done. I want to get back as soon as possible. We then had 2 other young ladies have ACLs very shortly after Ainsley, so she was kind of the ACL mom, I guess you could say, and kind of helped those girls get through it. So I think that even helped her as well, kind of leading the way and showing by example. Josie ended up joining me, which wasn't really that fun, but you know, it made rehab a little bit better. 3rd and 4th years, and then me on the team, we've all been through a lot, so you know, there's that special bond that you're going to have with those people for the rest of your life.
Owen cutting it left pike, Baker's open and she scores! Ainsley Baker from Josie Owen. I'm really proud. Like, it's really, really rewarding to see her out there, if not quicker than she was when she first got here. You know, everyone will say that Ainsley's probably one of the fastest athletes here at the University of Virginia, and to see her out there going up and down the field and scoring goals is really, really rewarding.
I don't know many kids that could go through what she's gone through over the last 6, 7 years and come out as positive and just as appreciative as she is.
When we are faced with a tough week, a tough whatever, you know, I've been through something tough, so, you know, it's my job to help push them over that. Wouldn't change anything, even being hurt. It is what it is, things happen, you know, and I think that it's made me a better person because of it, so no regrets, nope.
This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by UVA Health System, dedication beyond measure.
Welcome back to the show. Our baseball team swept ACC foe Clemson last weekend. Here's the recap.
open your eyes a little bit more as the 1-2 pitch is drilled out to center field, gets over the head of Tyler Sladen and rolls all the way to the V-Saber on the wall. 1 run is in, 2 runs is in, a stand-up triple for Chris Taylor, 2 RBIs, make it 3-1 Cavaliers. Right now, here's the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Another curveball from Klein gets the K.
I'm just thankful for the guys that had my back. I missed a lot of spots today. I know it wasn't obvious with only 2 hits, but Clemson put a lot of balls in play. They hit the ball really hard today. Got a great lineup, and luckily, you know, my defense was behind me. Irving behind the plate helped me out a lot, and Mitchell definitely tracked down some balls in center that helped out a lot as well.
He was in complete control the entire game. He was attacking the strike zone. I think he threw just shy of 100 pitches. To do that in 9 innings is pretty special. He's certainly starting to settle in the starter's role. That's his second straight outing where I think he's been very dominant. And so hopefully he can start to do this with a little bit more consistency.
Complete game, 2-hitter for Brandon Klein, and the Who's win 5-1.
The junior Colin Harrington at the plate as he waits on a 1-0 pitch and lines it out to right field, down into the corner. That's a base hit and an RBI for Harrington as Taylor touches home. Harrington digging towards second, and he's in there with a stand-up RBI double. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on and chopped to Jared King at first. He'll go to second for 1. Taylor goes back to first in time for the double play.
I thought that we played really good defense today. You need to, you know, if you're going to beat a club like that.
Now the 0-1 pitch. This one is drilled right back at Artie Lewicki, who picks it out of the air. The pitch. Curveball breaks in for a called strike 3. 13 RBI. Worm bunts down the first baseline. Picked up by Cole. The ball is fair. He can't tag Worm, so Fisher will come home to score. And it's another RBI from Worm. And the Who's lead 4-2.
Anytime you have a chance to win a series, first of all, in this league, you've got to do it. And then when you have an opportunity to sweep, they don't come very often in this league. And you know, I'm just proud of our guys that they weren't content with just winning the series, that we came out and played another good baseball game today.
Coming up after the break. This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by the Virginia Athletics Foundation. You are the foundation.
Blue 42, hike, hike. Our football team started their second week of spring practices. We followed quarterback Michael Rocco.
Hey, two. Let's go, Rock. I know it's gonna be as cold, dog.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun at the quarterback position this spring. I'm excited about what Michael Rocco and David Watford have an opportunity to do.
But let's remember now, when we give the shoulder shrug, you don't want to do it with your feet, right? You don't want your feet and hips to turn, because then you got to reload them all. You want a shoulder shrug up top. It's just those shoulders moving. But try to keep your stance there already so it's a nice, easy conversion.
Where you got? Wait, where you going? Where you going?
One back, set! Ready! Ready, hut! Two!
The way you learn, especially at the quarterback spot, is to make errors in practice. You got to learn when can I put the ball in a particular window. And whenever a quarterback thinks that he's got a shot to put the ball in somewhere and he takes that shot in practice and the ball's batted down or it's intercepted, you don't see our coaching staff yell and scream at him, because that's how he learns what he can do in the game, is by practicing it in practice.
Son!
Son! What? That's how you do it.
Yeah, just let that.
It's like baseball.
Yeah, just turn the double play here.
As the quarterback coach, it's a lot of fun to try to get them to take the next step. And they will take it, it's just a matter of how fast.
Hey, let's go, huddle up, come on. Hey, bounce back, we're good, let's go, get it first here.
Thanks for watching Cavalier Sports Weekly. We have some great home games this week, so come out, have some fun, and support the Cavaliers. Women's lacrosse hosts Harvard on Monday at Klockner. Baseball hosts JMU on Wednesday before a weekend series with Wake Forest at Davenport Field. Softball hosts North Carolina at the Park. And women's tennis hosts Clemson at the Snyder Courts. We'll be back next week with more highlights and great stories from Virginia Athletics. I'm Chris Bocklet. Until next time, go Hoos.
Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Virginia Lottery, helping Virginia's public schools. And by the UVA Health System, dedication beyond measure. And by the Virginia Athletics Foundation, you are the foundation.